The gyms are open, and that's welcoming news for Bahamians hoping to get rid of some of that body fat in this pandemic. Well, Makush Lapinder is at Better Bodies and Health Fitness Center.
Well, LaDon, we've moved our way to Shirley Street now, where we're at Better Bodies Health and Fitness Center, and we're joined this morning by owners of Better Bodies, Mr. Raymond Tucker and Kendall Green. Gentlemen, welcome to the morning edition. Tell us, with gyms, being the proprietors of gyms, I know it must not have been easy over this time. You've been open due to restrictions. You've had to close, open, close again. What's been the strain on your pocket? Let's begin with that.
Yes, good morning, Bahamas, and welcome to Better Bodies Health and Fitness. Certainly, during this era, this is a very trying time for us, as with most of our fellow gym owners. During the first lockdown, it put a major strain on our pockets because we were one of the first to, the gym federations or gym associations has been one of the first to be locked down and one of the last to reopen during the first pandemic. And so you're looking at an industries where some of us have some very large facilities to maintain and have major commitments either to upkeep our buildings or we have major commitments to our landlords. And so being shut down for such a long period of time has put a major strain on our pockets financially because, we have day-to-day expenditures. We have to take care of our families. We have to take care of mortgages. We have to take care of our daily lifestyle, just being able to eat. And it affected hundreds of trainers who work out of our facilities, in addition to those who work outdoors. Not being able to have an income has tremendously impacted us. Just only through the grace of God that we are able to still sustain ourselves. Because one of the reasons being we have a good working relationship in our case with our landlords, but it's been very difficult financially because initially we had to, once we were allowed to reopen during the after the first lockdown, we had to invest a tremendous amount of finances in inventory. As well as we had have commitments to BEC, the Cable Bahamas, to our landlords. And so during that first period, all of the monies that we would have collected went into trying to stay current with our operational expenditures, in addition to all the upgrades with respect to sanitizers, upgrades within our facility in terms of the investment into bringing the gym up to par with the requirements by the Ministry of Health. And so we have invested a tremendous amount of monies into trying to complying with all the necessary protocols to keep the public safe and to ensure that our operation, is in compliance with the mandates by the Ministry of Health.
You speak about money. What kind of money do you think you lost during the closures?
Ballpark figure, we lost a considerable amount of revenue, probably in the whereabouts of over $100,000 during the time that we were shut down in the first period. The second period, you can say almost around the same thing. And considering the fact that we have commitments to our landlords, we have back rent that we have to catch up with. And it's almost like being suppressed in a sense where you know that you have a business establishment, but you cannot really operate in this climate. And what we were hoping for, along with a lot of the other, my other colleagues who own gyms, is to be able to have a sit down with the competent authority, which we never had the opportunity to do so. And we're still looking forward for that opportunity. because moving forward in the future, God forbid that something this dramatic happens again, and we're still going through it. And so we're still looking forward to that opportunity, to be able to dialogue with them so that we can make suggestions, and come up with ways and solutions that we can operate within this climate safely. Because not all of our facilities, within this industry are the same. Some of us are large, some of us are medium-sized, some of us are small, some of us cater to a specific group of clientele. And so this is one of the reasons why we wanted to meet with the competent authorities so that we could design a strategy to be able to move forward in this climate. And so once we exchange information with them, we feel that that would be the best way for us to be able to exchange ideas, and they could tell us whether, this would work, that wouldn't work, and that's how we think we need to move forward in the future, or from this point moving forward.
Let's deal with the upgrades you've had to make during the pandemic or due to the pandemic. I understand that you have a new mat, and there's something very special about this mat. It's just not an ordinary mat. But this is one of the, on a serious note, this is one of the serious upgrades that you've had to make just to bring your gym up to par with what the government required during the pandemic and to stave off increased cases. So tell us more about this and what else you've had to do.
Yes, good morning, Ms. Pinder, on Morning Bahamas. One of the CDC plus the Ministry of Health qualification for us to be open was that first of all we needed to get this special mat that is made, and what it does is that before you enter the establishment gym, they require us that you have to step onto this mat. It's a mat itself, but it's in a reservoir of water, and it has to be sanitized. Plus, it has to have disinfectant in it so that when you step into the gym, you would not leave any of the bacteria, so forth and so on the outside and bring it on the inside of the establishment. Because the establishment is closed, and because it's enclosed, you don't want to bring any bacteria from the outside out either in the atmosphere into the gym itself. And so as you walk in, your tennis or shoes, whatever, is immersed inside the sanitizer / disinfectant. And so your shoes, tennis, whatever it is, you leave all the bacteria on the outside. This mat was part of what they asked us to do in terms of their protocol from the Ministry of Health. So we had to adhere to the relative authority.
Any other upgrades? I know that users of the gym users are not allowed to use their own yoga mats. Can you tell us some more about that?
Yes, the reason for not being one of the other upgrades is the yoga mats. What happened is that because they're on the ground, remember we start from the outside here. Any of the other customers come into the gym, remember the mat is still on the ground, and so if you use the mat, and what happens is it picks up bacteria and put it onto the human body. Plus, it may pick up the virus at the same time. So we, by the Ministry of Health, we were not allowed to use any mat on the floor, have any clientele on the floor, so that their body would absorb the COVID-19 or any bacteria that is on the outside. As we go into the inside, there are some other protocols that they have asked us to do. One other thing is before you even go, once you get inside, the Ministry of Health says you have to keep your mask on. You can't take it off, even during exercises. In the emergency that you may have to breathe, you just take it out momentarily and put it back on, because the droplets may just drop on somebody else and you wouldn't be able to be able to continue your workouts.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Tucker. Mr. Green, again from Better Bodies Health and Fitness Center. Back to you, LaDawn.